morning. It's so lovely to see you guys in the flesh, because usually we just have to chat over the phone every day. We're here, as you're saying, at the Results Centre, which really is the nerve station of this entire electoral system, because everything that's happening at those voting stations is coming to what I call this red area here. Probably is the heart of the Results Centre. And with me I have Stuart Murphy, who's the manager of Electoral Matters. And I think I'm going to call you the heart surgeon, because all the veins and arteries, which really are the parties which are starting to come in, if there are any problems, they're going to call you on those telephones, and they're going to phone you and say, look, we've got a problem, or there's some sort of issue, please sort it out. Good morning, thank you for joining us. Are voting stations open?
Yes, voting stations, good morning. Voting stations opened at 7 this morning. All 22,924 were set to open. We have, as you said, an operations centre. Any issues that we do receive, operational challenges like voting stations not opening, running short of materials, ballot papers not available, whatever, we'll get calls and we'll escalate them to our provincial officers for resolution.
Has any phone started ringing yet?
As you can see, Annika, not many calls. I think we've had maybe a handful of calls so far this morning. So far it seems like all good.
What sort of issues?
I haven't actually, it's probably around staffing not pitching up or voting stations not being open. But before, in a few minutes' time, we're going to switch to the leaderboards, where you'll see maps of the voting stations that have opened and those areas where voting stations haven't opened. So we'll switch to that in the next few minutes.
As the day goes on, I mean, voting stations will stay open until 9 o'clock. That's people who are in the line will still be able to vote. The first results, if I could remember correctly, usually come in at about 2 a.m. And there's a little bit of a ceremony. Is it Robben Island?
Not necessarily Robben Island. Sometimes it is. It depends on the proximity of and the number of votes that are cast. Yeah, so we expect the first lot of results, that 90% of results should be in within the first 24 hours. So tomorrow by about 9 p.m. we should have 90% of results in. And then strangely enough, it takes another 24 hours to get the following 10%. So by Friday night, early Saturday morning, we should have most of the results in for this election.
Why does it, just explain that to me, why does that 10% take 24 hours?
A further 24 hours. So the last 10% usually takes 48 hours. It's usually operational challenges. There might be issues around questions about the count, possible need to recount, and also just quantities and volumes. Difficulties that we experience, staff fatigue. Sometimes staff are actually told to go home and to come back early on tomorrow morning to resume with the count. So it depends on the operational challenges.
Thank you so much, and we'll be chatting throughout the day, hopefully, and that leaderboard, that big map, will come up on the screen, and we'll be able to show viewers any flashpoints or any potential problems. But we're not just looking for problems, we're also looking for good news, and hopefully that'll be the status quo throughout the day. Thank you so much, Stuart, for joining us.